Hello and welcome to the first episode of my how-to series, and I will be covering fat loss today, where to start, how to start, and some tips that you might find useful along the way. The most important factor to take into account when you're looking to lose weight is calories, and I really do wish there was a slightly more interesting answer that I can give you, but it basically boils down to something really simple that a lot of people take way out of proportion and try and make it something that it isn't, because it is as simple as if you eat more than you burn, you will gain weight, and vice versa. If you lose more calories than you eat, you will lose weight. Now next we need to look at how to deficit and what an appropriate deficit size would be. When you're trying to work out how much weight to lose, a good starting point would be anywhere between 0.5 and 1.5% of your body weight per week. So the range varies between 0.5 and 1.5%. The 1.5% should only be used by people that are much more overweight, and 0.5% is a great starting spot for everyone else, as losing too much weight too quickly isn't attainable, and the likelihood of you putting that weight back on plus some is much higher when you're trying to lose too much weight too quickly, rather than setting out a plan and gradually building up the weight that you're losing. So when losing weight, we want as much of that to be from fat as possible. So what steps can we do to hugely reduce the rate of muscle loss whilst in an energy deficit? The first step we can take to help keep as much muscle on as possible is obviously stimulating muscle growth. So going to the gym, weight training, dialing in your training, and following a good split will help you keep as much muscle on while still in an energy deficit. Protein, another important thing to think about when you're dieting. It is the main factor within protein synthesis, and this is just the recovery stage after you go to the gym. You want to aim for about 2 grams per kg of body weight, but if you do have a higher fat percentage, 1 gram per centimeter of height is also a good indicator of how much you want to eat in relation to your lean mass. Cardio, when used in the correct way, can be a huge tool when you're looking to lose fat and maintain your calorie deficit. Lower intensity training will have more of an effect on fat loss, whereas higher intensity interval training can be slightly detrimental to keeping muscle on whilst at a deficit, as it takes up so many nutrients. This being said, high intensity interval training does have its benefits within cardiovascular health. Timing of your cardio is also important. You want to make sure that you're doing cardio well away from the times that you're doing weight training, as there has been significant decrease in strength with people that chose to do cardio right before their training session. Now that you have all the information that you need, where do you start? Now, for 95% of people, a maintenance calculator online will give you a good idea of how many calories you should be eating per day to maintain your body weight, and also gives you some ideas on what percentage of weight you'd like to lose per week and how many calories you will need to eat for that. So for the example that I've shown up on the screen, this person would need to eat 2,496 calories per day to maintain his weight, and then as he progressively wants to lose more weight, he'll have to eat less. Taking on the information from earlier, it's obviously a better idea for him to start off at 0.25 kg per week and work his way down. But this is an idea of what you'll see when you're calculating your calories. Obviously, there are a number of factors that affect your maintenance calories, and this can even fluctuate within days, but you get a rough idea of what it is, and it also gives you an opportunity to track your calories and have a little play around with the numbers until you find the sweet spot, and you can actually see your weight fluctuate as you increase and decrease calories. So tracking calories is also very important, as if you're trying to guess your calories, I can almost guarantee that you're going to guess it wrong. I use MyFitnessPal and have always used MyFitnessPal. I think it's really easy to use. It has a barcode scanner so you can scan everything that you eat, and it also helps you track your macronutrients, so it shows you how many grams of protein, how many grams of fats and carbs are all in the foods that you're eating. That is the basics of dieting covered. If there are any other questions that I haven't covered in the video, feel free to stick them in the comment section below. So I hope this video has helped a few of you with any dieting questions that you may have had. This video is a little bit different to what I usually post on YouTube, and I'd like to start making this a series where I do some more informational and educational stuff, which I think is just as beneficial as training advice and training videos. If you have liked the video, a subscribe and a like would be massively appreciated.